Hi everyone, this is Koinzell here. So I just did the Dainsleif quest. I must say, it's a huge review. The interactions with Dainsleif. He pretty much tied the story and linked it back to two other videos that Mihoyo released previously. The first one being the teaser one, where you see the two Lumine looking at Aether from afar, and the Abyss Mage reporting to Lumine. The other one would be the one where Dainsleif is the narrator and he runs through the chapter storyline, introducing the areas as well as the gods involved, the Archons. Okay, so I'm going to jump straight into some of the dialogue. There are a lot more, how should I put it, the key highlights that show that basically Dainsleif's traveling companion from very long ago is actually your main character's Sibling. So in other words, if you were using Aether as your mule lead, his traveling companion would have been Lumine, and vice versa. Okay, so let's jump straight to the key highlights. Okay, so we're still at the bar and reaching towards the end of the conversation. And you'll see Dainsleif after asking you the three questions. Comments that you are really similar to him. Because I'm using the female lead, so that's why him actually refers to Aether, which is your brother, right? Aether, sorry. Your brother is actually his companion that has been there for forever, and Dainsleif has been alive for way longer than I don't know how many years, man. It sounds like it's 1,000+ years. Okay, so now we'll jump again to the next key highlight with regards to his age as well as his traveling companion, which is basically your brother or your sibling. Okay, so again here this is the mention of the previous traveling companion regarding the story about Boreas, which is basically the wolf boss. So basically, this is to slowly ease you into the fact that he has known your sibling, in my case the brother, for a very long time. Okay, we'll skip ahead to the next key highlight then. Okay, with regards to his memory, he's saying that Storm Terror wasn't one of the original inhabitants. So you see here. This is a first critical clue to show you that Dainsleif has been around for forever. Okay, jumping next again to the next key highlight in the story. Okay.
残念というのは少し違う。あんな怪物合わないに越したことはない。しかしこれから先、貴様たちは間違いなく嫌が王でも奴らと出くわすことになる。
確かに、そんなに強い怪物なら、あっても逃げるのが一番だな。
逃げることで旅の危険を回避できるなら、その方がいい。
We are getting there. This is the start of the final dialogue, more or less the final one.
あの旅人と共に旅をした時の
there you
経
go.
験だ。
Mention again about the traveling companion.
ダイン、旅人って言ったけど。
The constant mention of this person is very intentional by Mihoyo.
彼はもう旅をしていない。
So,
旅は疲れるからな。
he actually knows that your brother is no longer traveling.
なんでダインはまだ一人で旅をしてるんだ？
俺はまだやることがある。それが終わってから家に帰って休むつもりだ。
家があるのはいいことだな。オイラたちの旅は野宿ばっかりだぞ。お前の家族が見つかったらオイラたちも家を探そうぜ。
It's Paimon's way of bringing out the sibling,
こんなに
basically.
は美味しい漁師トーストがあって礼ゆえには万民堂がある。とりあえず美味しいもんがたくさん食べられるところがいいよな。
いいえ。旅の終点に到達してから後のことは考えるがいい。旅の途中はまず。
Okay, here comes the important part. How wide those eyes are.
知っている気配？
知っている気配？知り合いか？もしくは会ったことのある魔物か？どちらにせよ明確にした方がいい。あそこから崖の上に行けるはずだ。
Okay, skipping ahead.
貴様が言っていた気配、まだ感じ取れるか？
でもここは人も魔物もいないぞ。
確かに何の異常もない。俺が以前来た時
From
と
last time
何
he
も
was
変わ
here.
っていない。前に旅をしていた時、旅仲間に連れられてこ
So
こ
you
に
know
来た
that the
ことがある。
traveling companion likes to be here, which is your sibling basically. And that's very important because once I show you guys the next teaser video,
じゃあさ、
you'll see the
ダイ
link.
が旅してきた中で一番好きな場所はどこだ？
俺か？俺は覚えていない。
His memory seems to
あ
be
の
kind
旅
of
では
broken.
ただその旅仲間の付き添いをしていただけだからな。
Might have been done by your sibling actually. Caused by your sibling.
遺跡守衛の足跡。ここにも遺跡守衛は
Ruin
うろ
Guard's
ついている
footprint,
のか。
guys. This links back to the teaser video, and I'll show it shortly after we finish this portion here. Good stuff coming up next. In terms of story. The divine, the goddess that basically separated the two siblings.
さっきはどうしたんだ？ずーっとぼーっとしてたぞ。それってお前のお兄さんのことか？でもどういうことだ？
There's a link here too, because the dandelion is actually touched by your sibling. Imagine for a moment that my main character is Aether, the mule lead, and later when I show you the video, it will make a lot of sense.
貴様にしか感じ取れない何かがあるのかもしれん。貴様と関係のある出来事に巻き込まれた可能性がある。
言ってることが雑然としすぎて全然わからないぞ。
落ち着け。苦悩と不安は心をすり減らすだけだ。貴様の旅はまだ始まったばかりだろう。
By the way, the cloak as well as the wings of Paimon's wing and Dainsleif cloak look very very similar. Not sure if there's any link in future.
少なくとも彼がまだこの世界にいることが分かったんだ。今一番重要なのは彼を探す旅を続けること。その言葉決して忘れるな。貴様の旅の意義として。旅の終点で家族に会えることを願っている。
Okay, can. Now let's go and look at the two videos that the Mihoyo has released previously. So first off is the story teaser. This is quite an old video. It was released back on 31st August. There's already 20 million views on this video. It's a really really good video. It gave me the chills as well. could really feel the impact of it, the sibling love. Okay, let's enjoy. Remember the Ruin Guard fruit pins, guys?
Outlanders do not belong in this world.
The dandelion.
One day, this journey will reach its end. But until the abyss has engulfed the thrones, my war with destiny
This is where Storm Terror
will see
is.
no end.
This is the exact same spot.
Your Highness, our plan to weaponize the dragon has been impeded.
By the Animo Archon, he rises again for the dragon's sake.
No, not the Archon. We were well prepared for his interference. Regrettably, Your Highness, the issue is your brother.
Outlanders! Your journey ends here.
We will be reunited, dear brother. But not here. Not now. We will meet at this journey's end. Once the dust has settled. Then, you will understand.
The chills, man, the chills. Okay, so basically, my theory is that, and I believe somebody will have shared this theory as well. As in, somebody will have derived this theory as well. But I'm pretty sure when the goddess separated you and your sibling,
Journey ends
this
here.
portion here, I believe what happened was that it wasn't just a simple separation in terms of location, but it was a separation in terms of time as well. Basically, you either went to the future or the past, while your sibling went to the past or the present, depending on which view it is. So if you as the player right now is in the present, that it meant that the goddess sent your brother or your sister back to the past, and that is where he or she eventually met Dainsleif and went together with Dainsleif in his journey, which is his traveling companion, right? Otherwise, it would just be you being sent to the future, while your sibling was sent to the present, and at the present itself, your sibling went together with Dainsleif as his traveling companion. For the sake of the trailer, let's just say that the main character is the male lead, and the female character is the sibling that got sent to the past, and is Dainsleif traveling companion. Because this will link back to the next video you see. Okay. So I think it's really good. It's a very well thought out story. You'll see that they have really planned it for a very long time. For the story itself to be planned for, I don't know, at least 2 years worth of content. And this very update, this today's new update where we got the very first Dainsleif quest, I believe there will be a few more Dainsleif quests to come. And each time they will gradually reveal more and more details. Like for example, what happened all those years ago that resulted in Dainsleif's memories being kind of broken. And the number 2 is how your sister became the one leading the Abyss Mage instead. I don't think she was the Abyss Herald as mentioned in the Dainsleif story quest in today's update, the new update in 1.3. But I do think that there must be something that happened that resulted her in becoming the lead of the Abyss Mages in trying to take down the Divine down. And this particular goddess here, I believe she's like one tier higher than the Archons in the world. the archons in the world, they seem like minor gods in comparison to this particular goddess here, the one that separated you and your brother, basically.
Here.
Oh yeah, this lady. So in fact, there's a lot of theory that this lady is in fact Paimon, or Paimon may be somehow related to this lady, because don't forget that in the Dainsleif quest, when you first met, when Dainsleif first sees Paimon, even he as an ancient being doesn't even recognize Paimon. So that's why it's very possible that Paimon is something, a being that was split up from this goddess, or maybe even the goddess in disguise. Okay, so it's really, really interesting, the story, and not to mention the whole background about Kenria, because we know that Dainsleif is from Kenria, and you'll know it from the next video. So let's look at the next video. I'm sure you guys know about this. This is the Teyvat chapter storyline preview. I absolutely love this video, especially the English version, because I find that the English version, the English VA for Dainsleif is really good, because he's the same guy that voiced Sasuke, Uchiha Sasuke in Naruto.
We had no
Let's
time
enjoy.
to say goodbye. So let's not call it that.
That's Aether's voice.
The war has already begun.
This is
It
Dainsleif's
is
voice.
just a continuation of past battles. The gods goad us on with the promise of their 7 treasures.
The 7 treasures sounds like
Rewards
the
for the worthy,
Genosis of the
the
7
doorway
gods.
to divinity. Yet buried in the depths of this world lies smoldering remains, a warning to those that dare trespass. That throne in the sky is not reserved for you. But mortal arrogation never stops. None will escape the flames. See for yourself. The dragon who defended Mondstadt for a millennium finally faces his perturbation. What does freedom really mean when demanded of you by a god? The god of contracts, senselessly slaughtered as his people watched on in horror. In the end, he will sign the contract to end all contracts. In the secluded land of the immortal Shogun, the Bakufu rules eternal. But what do mortals see of the eternity chased after by their god? The god of wisdom's enemy is wisdom itself, and the oasis of knowledge is a mirage in the desert of ignorance. In the city of scholars, there is a push for folly, yet the god of wisdom makes no argument against it. The god of justice lives for the spectacle of the courtroom, seeking to judge all other gods. But even she knows not to make an enemy of the divine.
Okay, the divine here is a very, very key word. It sounds like the divine refers to that goddess who split your sibling, you and your sibling up, Lumin and Aether, and she seems to be 1 tier higher than the gods, since Dainsleif is saying that the god of justice knows not to make an enemy of the divine, even though she's judging all the rest of the gods. Alright?
The rules of war are woven in the womb. The victors shall burn bright, while the losers must turn to ash. When the god of war shares this secret with the traveler, it is because she has her reasons. She is a god with no love left for her people, nor do they have any left for her. Her followers hope only to be on her side when the day of her rebellion against the divine comes at last.
Okay, so again, it's a talking about the divine, and it's an Archon trying to rebel against the divine. That's why I say that the goddess is likely, at least the theory is that the goddess is likely a tier higher than all the gods and Archons in this world.
In the perpetual meantime of a sheltered eternity, most are content to live and not to dream. But in the hidden corners where the god's gaze does not fall, there are those who dream of dreaming. Some say a few are chosen and the rest are dregs. But I say we humans have our humanity. We will defy this world with a power from beyond. Now, you who has set foot in this world, your journey has reached its end, but one final doorway remains. Step forth if you have understood the meaning of your journey. Defeat me, command me to step aside. Show me that you are worthier than I to rescue her.
This is a very, very powerful line. Basically, the her here, which is referring to Lumine, right? It's referring to Lumine, your sister, the main character's sister. So that's why I say Dainsleif is likely. That's why I say in my live stream earlier that Dainsleif is likely to be the final boss, or at least the boss right before the final boss. Maybe the final boss is the divine itself, the goddess. Dainsleif is going to be right before that. So Dainsleif is actually challenging you to defeat him and show that you are worthy to rescue your sister. This is amazing. This entire series of review. And just think about how long Genshin has been out, how many areas we have now. And you can easily project that by the time we reach this point in the trailer, it's gonna be like year 2023 or late 2022. It's simply amazing the entire roadmap that they have planned. Okay.
Then, the threads of all fate will be yours to reweave.
So the threads of all fate to reweave sounds like if you can defeat the divine, you will become the god, the real divine then. So the story is really, really interesting, and I have to say that the Dainsleif story chapter has truly revealed, it's a huge, huge review on the fact that Dainsleif's traveling companion is your sibling, and the fact that Dainsleif has traveled with your sibling for so long, it meant that when you guys were separated, your sibling was actually sent back to the past. Okay, so can you imagine the entire story that they have planned? It's really amazing, and who knows if you are actually going through the same path that your sibling went through previously. The journey maybe is very, very similar, but somehow your sibling did not succeed and instead became the lead of the abyss. I don't know whether that is something that we will know, or you will, sorry, I don't know whether that's something that will happen in future. As we play the game, as more and more updates are being released, we will definitely find out more from the main story quest as well as the Dainsleif storyline. Because the Dainsleif, as you see, from the 1.3 update, is just the prelude part of that chapter of that particular Dainsleif story. So I'm really, really looking forward to when they release more Dainsleif related quests. Likely it will link back again more to more and more stuff in the game. So it's really, really fantastic. Alright, thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you guys next video. Bye. Oh, right, if you like the content, remember like the video and click subscribe for more. Bye.